hierarchy diagram represents the relationships between several layers of entities. There is no predefined semantic, allowing you to define the specific set of relationships to deliver the desired representation and insight. A hierarchy diagram is opened on the combination of an entity and a hierarchy definition. The entity defines the starting point for the diagram. The first step in viewing a diagram is to select the starting entity. I'll select Accept Requests. A moment ago, I mentioned a hierarchy definition. These are a key concept in hierarchy diagrams. A hierarchy definition is a set of rules that tells GENESYS what relationships and target classes you would like to include in your diagram. When you open a hierarchy diagram using the tabs at the bottom of the screen, GENESYS will select a default definition to use on the diagram. For instance, a hierarchy diagram of a component will use the physical definition, and a hierarchy diagram of a requirement will use the traceability definition. When you open a hierarchy diagram using the icon in the ribbon, you will be prompted with an option to select your desired hierarchy definition. The default selection will either be the default definition of that class, or the last selection you made for that class. Use the Definitions drop-down to select the desired hierarchy definition. With a list of predefined definitions, it's helpful to know exactly what is contained in each. You can not only view the full definition, but you can also edit the definition, and even make your own. Here we see that the traceability definition displays many relations. As we have the definition set up now, GENESYS will display entities in all of the target classes. If I want to limit what classes are displayed, I can add those classes that I want displayed to the Selections field in the bottom Classes section. When that section is blank, GENESYS will display targets in all classes. In addition to adjusting what entities and relationships you can display on the diagram, you can adjust a few display options here in the Properties section. The Label field allows you to specify what label you would like to appear at the top of the diagram window. I'll add the word Custom to my label. The checkmark next to Show Relationships allows you to include or exclude the relationship names on the lines that connect the entity icons. While this is on by default, when following a single relationship, it's sometimes useful to turn this off, reducing clutter on the diagram. If you adjust the definition, you must save it in order to use it on a diagram. To do this, click Save. While I can save an edited definition with the same name, we recommend when editing our base definitions that you save with a new name. I'll name this definition My Custom Traceability and click OK. Let's apply the definition and view the diagram. Click OK and the diagram opens in a new window. Notice the black dots in the corners? There's a meaning behind each. When an entity appears more than one time on a diagram, a dot is placed in the top right corner. When there is more to display, there is a dot in the top left corner. By default, a hierarchy diagram will display entities down to 3 levels. This is easily changed. I can expand a single node further by selecting it, then selecting Expand Nodes from the right-click menu. I can expand any number of levels. I'll just expand 1 for now. Conversely, I can use the Collapse Nodes command to reduce the number of levels. If I want to expand all elements more levels, I have 2 options. The toolbox allows you to make many adjustments to your diagram, including setting the number of levels. Click the Properties tab in the toolbox. Set the number of levels, then click into another field on the diagram background. Should I want to expand or reduce any custom set, I can multi-select them and use the Collapse Nodes command in the right-click menu. With the diagram open, you can also change the hierarchy definition. Just click the Hierarchy Definition button on the ribbon and select the desired definition.